welcome to the deep dive. Ready to tackle something a little different today. We're diving into the world of small talk.
Small talk?
Yeah. But don't worry, we're not gonna give you those cheesy icebreaker lines you find in those self-help books.
Right.
No way. You sent us this fascinating document, actually, a whole list of thought-provoking questions clearly designed to get some really engaging conversations going.
Definitely. And those are the kind of conversations we're going to be breaking down.
Exactly. We want to figure out why these questions work so well and what they can tell us about, the power of small talk. Think of it like
The deep dive.
Yeah, a deep dive into conversational judo.
I like that. Conversational judo.
Right. We're going to learn how to use those seemingly simple questions to, build real connections and unlock these surprising insights, not just about the people you're talking to, but about yourself, too.
It's amazing how much we can learn from just a few well-placed questions.
Totally. And that's what we're going to explore. This deep dive is all about uncovering the hidden power of small talk.
I'm excited to get started.
Me too. So, why are these questions so effective? One thing that jumps out at me is that they're all open-ended.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the psychology of curiosity at play here. You see, when we ask open-ended questions, we invite the other person to, really open up and share their thoughts and feelings, instead of just giving a simple yes or no.
It's like you're giving them permission to be themselves and share their unique perspective.
Exactly. And that's when the magic happens.
For sure. And speaking of magic, I see a question here that's all about sparking imagination. It says, if you could live inside any fictional world, which one would you choose?
Ah, that's a great one. It immediately takes you out of the mundane and into the realm of possibilities. And by asking someone to choose a fictional world, you're essentially asking them to reveal something about their deepest desires and passions.
Right. Would they choose a world filled with magic and adventure, or one that's focused on technology and progress?
Or maybe something completely different. It's all about uncovering those hidden layers and getting a glimpse into what makes them tick.
I love that. It's like you're, peeling back the layers of an onion, but in a fun and engaging way.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is how these questions can subtly reveal someone's values and priorities without them even realizing it.
Oh, for sure. There's one here that asks, if you could design your own holiday, what would it celebrate?
That's a clever one. Because you're not just asking about their favorite holiday, you're asking them to create something that reflects their own personal beliefs and values.
It's like a window into their worldview, disguised as a fun and imaginative question.
Exactly. And it can tell you so much about a person. Would their holiday be about family and togetherness? Or maybe about creativity and self-expression? Or would it focus on something like service to others or environmental awareness?
I'm starting to see how these questions are like little secret weapons for building deeper connections.
They are. And what's great is that they're not just for, getting to know new people. They can also help you deepen existing relationships.
That's a good point. You could use these questions with friends or family members to spark new conversations and discover things you never knew about them.
Absolutely. Sometimes we think we know everything about the people closest to us, but these questions can help us see them in a whole new light.
Okay. I have to admit, I'm already feeling inspired to try out some of these questions. But before we dive into more specific examples, I want to touch on one more thing that makes these questions so effective.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, many of them invite personal anecdotes.
Yeah.
What's the strangest thing you've ever eaten and enjoyed? Or have you ever felt like a movie character?
Oh, I love those. It's all about tapping into the power of storytelling. When we share our personal experiences, we create a bond with the other person. We find common ground, we laugh together, and we start to see each other as, human beings with stories to tell.
And that's the foundation of any strong relationship, even if it starts with something as simple as small talk.
It's the bridge between two individuals.
Exactly. But, it's not just about the laughs and the stories. Some of these questions also seem pretty introspective, what's the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself this year?
Those are the ones that really encourage self-reflection, which is so important for personal growth. By prompting us to think about our experiences and ourselves in new ways, they can lead to some pretty amazing insights.
It's like having a conversation with yourself, guided by someone else's questions.
It's a nudge in the direction of self-discovery.
I love that. It makes you realize that even casual conversations can have a pretty profound impact.
They can if we let them.
Exactly. And what's really cool is that these questions can help us see small talk in a whole new light.
How so?
Well, we often think of deep conversations as requiring serious topics.
Yeah.
But these questions prove that you can have meaningful conversations about seemingly lighthearted things.
Totally.
Yeah.
And sometimes those lighthearted conversations can lead to unexpected depths.
For sure. So instead of dreading those moments of small talk, we can actually embrace them as opportunities to connect, learn, and even grow.
It's about shifting our perspective and realizing the potential that lies within every conversation.
Absolutely. But why should our listener care about mastering this art of small talk? What's the bigger picture here?
That's a great question. In the grand scheme of things, small talk is about way more than just filling awkward silences.
Right?
It's about building relationships, understanding each other and ourselves, and even sparking personal growth.
It's like a hidden superpower we all possess, but often forget to use.
Exactly. And these questions are the tools that can help us unlock that power.
So true. So what are some specific ways our listener can actually put this knowledge into practice? Like if they're at a networking event or even just chatting with a neighbor, where do they even begin?
Well, instead of, falling back on those same old small talk scripts,
Right.
I'd encourage them to try out one of these thought-provoking questions. For example, they could ask, what's a superpower you already have in real life?
Oh, I like that one. It's playful, but it also makes them think about their strengths and what makes them unique.
Exactly. You'll probably get a surprised smile at first, but then, a moment of genuine reflection.
And who knows, that one question could spark a conversation that goes way beyond those typical pleasantries.
It's all about turning those small talk moments into opportunities to learn, connect, and maybe even have a little fun.
That's it. It's not about being the life of the party or anything.
No, not at all.
It's about approaching conversations with a sense of curiosity and a genuine desire to connect with the person you're talking to.
Exactly. And remembering that every conversation, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has the potential to be meaningful.
I love that. So it's about shifting our mindset and seeing small talk as this powerful tool for building relationships.
And understanding ourselves better.
It's funny how we often dismiss small talk as being, unimportant,
Yeah.
but it's actually the foundation of so many relationships. It's how we break the ice and build rapport and find common ground.
It's the starting point for something bigger.
Exactly. And with these questions, we can elevate that starting point and make it even more engaging and meaningful.
And who knows where that might lead.
So true. So instead of seeing small talk as a chore, we can approach it with, a sense of curiosity and playfulness.
Absolutely. And remember, you have these powerful questions to help you along the way.
Exactly. Now, we've only just scratched the surface here, but I'm already seeing small talk in a whole new light.
Me too.
So before we wrap up part one of this deep dive, I want to point out that some of these questions are a bit more introspective.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If you could relive any day in your life, which one would it be? Or what's the earliest memory you have of feeling truly happy?
Those are some heavy hitters.
They are. But they're also incredibly powerful for, prompting us to think about our past, our present, and even our future.
It's like a mini therapy session disguised as casual conversation.
Exactly. But, it doesn't have to be super heavy or intense.
Right.
Even reflecting on a happy memory can, boost your mood and make you feel more connected to yourself.
Definitely. So even in those lighthearted moments of small talk, there's always an opportunity for some profound insights and personal growth.
Absolutely. It's all about recognizing that even the smallest conversations can have a big impact.
If we approach them with the right mindset, right?
Exactly. And the right questions.
It's amazing how these seemingly simple questions can unlock so much depth and meaning.
It's like a secret code to human connection.
And the best part is, anyone can crack the code. It's not about being a social butterfly or having some magical charisma.
Not at all.
It's about approaching conversations with curiosity, empathy, and a genuine desire to connect with the other person.
Everyone has a story to tell.
And every interaction, no matter how small, has the potential to be enriching.
If we're open to it.
So the next time you find yourself in a situation where small talk is, inevitable, remember this deep dive.
Don't shy away from those moments.
Exactly. Embrace them as opportunities to learn, connect, and grow.
Instead of sticking to those same old scripts, challenge yourself to ask one of those thought-provoking questions from the list you sent us.
You might be surprised by what you discover, both about yourself and the people around you,
Remember, every conversation has the potential to be a deep dive.
if you're willing to take the plunge.
And who knows? You might just unlock a whole new level of connection and understanding in the process.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of the deep dive, exploring the psychology of small talk and how these specific questions can, unlock hidden depths and create meaningful connections.
It's been fascinating.
It has, but we're just getting started. In part 2, we're going to delve even deeper into those specific questions from your list, uncovering the hidden gems and the unexpected insights they hold.
I'm ready for more.
Me too. So stay tuned, because we're about to level up your conversational skills and unlock the true potential of small talk.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We're ready to really dig into those questions you sent us, those thought-provoking ones that can spark some amazing connections.
Absolutely. Let's jump right in. How about this one? If you could live in a house made of any material, what would you choose? Seems simple enough, right?
Right, but what would they pick? Something practical, luxurious, maybe something totally out there?
Exactly. That's where it gets interesting. Someone who chooses, say, chocolate probably has a very different outlook than someone who says bamboo. One might suggest a playful personality, the other, someone who's really in tune with nature.
I see what you mean. It's like a little window into their personality and priorities.
It is. And this next one really piques my curiosity. What's a conspiracy theory you secretly think could be true?
Ooh, that's a good one. What does that tell us about someone?
Well, it could reveal a lot about their sense of wonder, maybe how open they are to questioning things, Are they drawn to the mysterious? Or do they stick to the official story?
Maybe a little bit of both. It's definitely a conversation starter, that's for sure.
It is. And speaking of starting conversations, how about this gem? If animals could do jobs, what job would your favorite animal be best at?
Okay, that was just fun, but it makes you think, doesn't it?
It does. What job would a sloth be good at? Air traffic control, maybe?
Eventually, right? But seriously, it's a great way to tap into someone's imagination and creativity.
And maybe even learn a bit about their own work style. Do they value efficiency and structure, or are they more free-flowing?
Okay, I have to admit I'm getting a little more introspective with this next one. What's the most surprising thing you've learned about yourself this year?
That's a great one for prompting some self-reflection.
It is. It makes you think about your own experiences and growth, Maybe someone discovered a hidden talent.
Or overcame a fear.
Exactly. It's a reminder that we're all constantly changing and evolving.
And sharing those stories of self-discovery can really create a sense of connection.
For sure. And this next question builds on that. What's a life lesson you wish you'd learned sooner?
Now that's a question we could all benefit from asking more often.
Totally. It's like tapping into a well of wisdom,
Right.
Hearing someone's hard-earned lessons could help us avoid making the same mistake.
Or at least give us a new perspective.
It's all about learning and growing, right?
Absolutely. Okay, let's take a little break from the deep stuff with this one. If you could switch places with a cartoon character for a day, who would it be?
All right, that one's just pure fun. Who wouldn't want to escape reality for a day and live in a cartoon world?
Exactly. It's lighthearted, but it can also tell you something about someone's sense of humor, their personality, maybe even their childhood dreams.
And who knows? It might even spark a conversation about why we're so drawn to cartoons in the first place.
Oh, that's a good point. There's definitely something about those fantastical worlds that captures our imagination, even as adults.
Okay, back to reality, or at least someone's version of it. How about this one? What's a unique tradition or habit in your family?
I love this one because it taps into family history, cultural heritage.
Right.
It's a chance to hear about those quirky little things that make each family special.
It's like a glimpse into their personal world.
Exactly. And it's a great way to learn about different cultures and perspectives.
It reminds us that there are so many ways to live and celebrate life.
And to appreciate the diversity of human experience.
It's incredible how these questions can take us on these diverse journeys, exploring values, reflecting on the past, envisioning the future.
It's a testament to the power of conversation.
Absolutely. And how even the most casual chats can become these incredible journeys of discovery.
Especially when you ask the right questions.
Okay, ready for another trip down memory lane? How about this one? Do you have a favorite memory connected to a particular smell?
The power of scent. It's amazing how certain smells can transport us back to specific moments in time.
Like the smell of freshly baked bread might remind you of your childhood kitchen.
Or the scent of pine needles might take you back to a camping trip.
It's like having a time machine in a bottle.
Exactly. And by sharing those sensory memories, we create a deeper sense of connection with each other.
All right, this next one's a big one. If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be?
This question really gets to the heart of someone's aspirations and dreams.
It's about unlimited potential. Like, what would you achieve if you had no limitations?
Exactly. Would they choose to speak multiple languages, master a musical instrument, maybe become a world-class chef?
It's fascinating to think about, and it might even inspire us to take action towards our own goals.
Even if we can't achieve them instantly, right?
Right. This next question is a bit of a curveball. What's a moment in your life that felt like pure luck?
Ooh, that's a good one. It makes you think about those moments of serendipity, when things just fall into place.
Like meeting your partner by chance or stumbling upon an amazing opportunity.
Exactly. It's a reminder that sometimes the best things in life are unexpected.
And that we don't always have control over everything.
It's about embracing the unknown and being open to possibility.
It's amazing how these questions can take us on such diverse journeys, from exploring our values and priorities to reflecting on our past and even envisioning our future.
It's all a testament to the power of conversation and the endless possibilities that open up when we engage with each other in a meaningful way.
And it all starts with asking the right questions.
By choosing questions that spark curiosity, invite self-reflection, and encourage genuine connection, we can transform even the most ordinary conversations into extraordinary experiences.
And the best part is, it's a skill anyone can develop.
With a little bit of intention and a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, we can all become masters of meaningful conversation.
It's about realizing that small talk doesn't have to be small. It can be a powerful tool for building relationships, expanding our horizons, and even discovering new depths within ourselves.
So as we wrap up part 2 of this deep dive, we encourage you to revisit those thought-provoking questions you sent us.
Use them as springboards for deeper conversations, opportunities to connect on a more meaningful level, and chances to learn something new about yourself and the world around you.
And who knows, you might just spark a connection that lasts a lifetime.
But before you do that, stick with us for part 3, where we'll distill all of this knowledge into actionable takeaways so you can start using these conversational superpowers in your everyday life. All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
Yeah.
Exploring the psychology of small talk, all those fascinating questions that can unlock these hidden depths in our conversations and ourselves even. But now let's bring it all home. What are the key takeaways our listener can actually use to, level up their small talk game? Starting up right now.
Yeah, that's the important part, right? Putting it all into practice.
Yeah.
I think one of the most crucial things is to shift our mindset about small talk. Instead of seeing it as this chore or something we have to get through, we can embrace it, see it as an opportunity, a chance to connect with people and learn something new.
Yeah, I like that. It's almost a reframe, right? Instead of small talk, maybe we'll call it connection talk or discovery talk, something like that.
I love that. Connection talk, yeah. Because it really is about that, making connections and discovering those hidden gems in the people we encounter every day.
Right. And those questions we've been talking about, they're the tools for that, the keys to unlocking those treasures.
Exactly. But, asking those questions, that's just the first step. We also need to be really good listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Active listening, right?
Yeah. When we listen actively, we show the other person that we're truly interested in what they're saying. And that lets us really absorb their responses on a deeper level.
It's like being fully present in the conversation, not just waiting for our turn to talk.
Exactly. So to recap, our listeners can really level up their small talk game by shifting their mindset, asking those engaging questions, and, being active listeners. But what if they're a little intimidated by all of this?
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming.
It can. My advice, start small and have fun with it. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, Just pick a few questions that resonate with you and try them out in your daily interactions.
It's like any skill, right? The more you practice, the easier it gets.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to force these questions into every conversation or, turn every chat into a deep philosophical debate.
Right. It's all about finding those natural moments, those organic opportunities to sprinkle in a little curiosity, a little depth.
Yeah. Maybe you're waiting in line for coffee or, chatting with a coworker. Those everyday moments are full of possibilities.
So to wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with a challenge.
Ooh, I love a good challenge. Let's hear it.
Next time you're, in that situation, facing an awkward silence, or you reach for those same old small talk scripts,
Right.
challenge yourself to break free.
Instead of talking about the weather or, the headlines.
Yeah, dare to ask a question that sparks some curiosity, invites a little self-reflection, or just, makes you both smile.
It could be anything.
And you might be surprised by what you learn about the other person, about yourself, about the world.
Remember, small talk, when done right, it can be this powerful tool for building those relationships, expanding our horizons, even spark personal growth.
And it's all about approaching those everyday conversations with a sense of curiosity, with intention, with a genuine desire to connect with the other person.
That's the key.
So go out there, unleash your small talk superpowers. The world's waiting to hear your stories and share its own.
Happy conversing.